And back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Oh, boy. So, welcome to a Monday morning. Been off a couple of days for fall break, and the computer didn't go right. Voila. Wesley said, no biggie. Carrie said, no biggie, so they got me through it. We're back. We're ready. We're on the air. Thanks for being with us. So, let's get it started for the national anthem because Wesley's here. God bless him, and he was kind enough to come and do this and help me get on the air. Thanks to him and Stephen and Carrie. So, it took a group effort to get us on the air, and we're here. So, how about it? Faith Hill, crank it. Let's get going. We've got the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We were here ready to go. Took us, 28 minutes to get this fiasco fixed. So, take a big deep breath. Wesley, this ain't been no big deal. It's what I do every day for a living. He's the fraud guy from the credit union. He's going to join us after Faith Hill on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of free? And the heart
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We are here ready to go. Thank God for Wesley Murray just happened to show up. It was providential because the fraud guy, who's the computer guy, who's from the credit union, was my guest today, and I needed him. He didn't realize when he walked in how important he was to me. Good morning. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. He just I like guys like him. It's like most of the time things don't, and I could have thrown up against the wall, but then you have to pick it up in 3 or 4 pieces. That didn't do anything. So anyway, we had a computer glitch, had unbeknownst to me when I turned the thing on. Does yours ever do that in the morning? You just you go in the office ready to go, and it's going to be great.
It never fails. The busiest days, the internet will be down or password expires and you've got to fix it, or especially when you come back from vacation. So that's when it always happens. I was fired up, got in here early because I'm going to get this thing cranked up. Got all kinds of sports to talk about. All these coaches getting fired. Got 3 fired yesterday in the middle of the season, which I find amazing. Anyway, he was ready to go. Got baseball, got NFL, and the computer's on the glitch. But it's fixed, and so we want to say thanks to Stephen and Carrie and Wesley. So we're here. He is with, of course, the fraud department from Northeast Community Credit Union, our great sponsor. And so let me see what we got here. I want to say it's 72 days till Christmas. Let me see what we got here. Christmas Eve, we have 72. Yep. 72 days till Christmas. Why are you telling us that, Tom? Well, number one, to make you nervous. And number two, you're going to be shopping here soon.
If you haven't already started, you will be shortly because it's here. It's upon us. And so, hello, Jimmy Stout down in Atlanta. How you doing, sir? And so, fraud, debit cards, credit card fraud, very prevalent in the holidays, isn't it?
Yeah, that's probably our busiest season.
And has it started yet?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's already started. Took a phone call this morning that somebody had gotten scammed out of, I think, $30 or $40. Now, only $30 or $40, but still, that's a lot. That's a lot of money for me. I'm cheap.
Yep.
Just one of those things where you think you found a deal of the year, and it turns out it's not even a trusted website. So
well, and you look at whether it's $30 or $2. See, my thing is, if it happens once, they got access to it, they can do it again.
They can do it again. Yeah.
So once they got in, they're in, and so.
And a lot of people, they don't understand that. They don't think that way. So it's like, oh well, they got me once, but I won't put that card number in again. Well, they already have that card number and all your information, so they're going to sell it on the black market, and that $30 is going to turn into $300 real quick.
Blows my mind. There's people out there that just evil. I mean, they wake up to trying to hurt other people financially, and I just don't get that. I can't grasp that, but they're out there, and so thank goodness for Wesley and his department. Who else helps you?
Regina, Jenny, and Jared.
3 of them. Now I got a 4-person department taking care of you. So when you become a member of Northeast Community Credit Union, and you can do that for $5, and instantly you have this guy working for you, and so as a member, and so. You said it's already started, so what are the things? Here it is, October the, 15th? 13th? 13th.
Yeah.
15th will be, we're halfway through October on Wednesday. So October the 13th, what are some things we need to safeguard ourselves from already in the holiday season?
Yeah, so definitely just make sure you're on that trusted website. If you're on Amazon, make sure that you are really on Amazon up there at the top. Make sure it doesn't say HTTPS something else than Amazon. And then just make sure that you're doing your due diligence, especially if you're on a website that you've never been on before. Just do a quick Google search, WesleyMurraySports.com reviews. And if they're full of 1-star reviews and you can't find them on the Better Business Bureau website, then I would not recommend ordering from them.
Very good point right there. If you go to the Better Business Bureau website and look up this as a credible company and they're not on there, then
that's your first red flag.
You wouldn't deal with them.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
There are going to be a lot of bad 1-star reviews that are left on there as well. And this ChatGPT and AI stuff is still new and still kind of weary of it, but I typed in there this morning, I don't remember the website, so I'm just making up, WesleyMurraySports.com, and it said, hey, this is full of 1-star reviews about scam and being a fake website, so the AI and the ChatGPTs are already helping us a little bit on that.
Chats and what'd you say, GBTs?
ChatGPT, it's just an AI computer system. And it's just those AI systems you can, you put in there and that gives you information.
Way over my head. See, I'm like Dave Ramsey says, cash is king, but you can't always use cash. If you can, if I can, I do.
Yeah, we were actually at the Tennessee game Saturday, and I tried to pay for my pizza with cash, and they kind of looked at me like I was crazy. I didn't know they went cashless.
Really?
Yeah, so luckily I had a credit card with me, but they don't. Tennessee's football stadium's cashless now, so.
Neyland Stadium is now cashless.
Yeah.
I know the Speedway's cashless.
Yeah.
So what do you do? If somebody goes in there and got a wad of money but has no plastic, well, I mean, what do? You're just out?
That, or a good old boy from Tennessee may pay for it on his credit card and give you the money for it, but other than that, you're not going to get a snack or a drink.
Wow. What'd you think of the game Saturday?
Man, up 17, fourth quarter, and typical Tennessee, take your foot off the gas and, get a chance to get back in it and about win it.
So what do you think of our football team?
I think everybody wants to talk about the defense not being very good, and, they weren't very good in the first half, I'll give them that, but they also had, 5 or 6 sacks and 3 fumbles, so, that speaks volumes for them right there.
Yeah. So you were there Saturday, 34-31. Now they go to Alabama. We know about all that, the tradition and the rivalry and all that. That's Saturday. Saturday evening in Tuscaloosa, nationally televised. The Volunteers in Alabama. It's going to be a dandy. So you were there, 34-31. Tennessee ekes out a win over the Bobby Petrino-led Arkansas Razorbacks. So you got all these coaches getting canned. I want to talk to you about that because he's played. He's a coach now on his side job, if you will, as one of the assistant coaches of Hampton basketball. And so I'm going to use James Franklin. This guy's got his staff there. He's there. He's been there 12 years. His record I've got the record over. It's really pretty impressive what the guy's done. But they've canned him because he's lost 3 in a row, and he lost back-to-back to UCLA and Penn State. To Northwestern. So they fire him as the coach, a $49 million buyout. They said, okay, Wesley, you're going to be the coach now, the interim coach. To me, Sean's going to be in a few minutes, going to ask him the same question. It has to be detrimental to your program.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of the season. Now, I can see canning you right after the season because that's going to happen to a lot of people. But right in the middle of the season, you still got something to play for if you're Penn State, I would think. Maybe not the national championship, but certainly a big bowl game. But just the continuity, you played and you're now a coach. What's that do to a team? What's that do to, in your case, a player that today Tom Taylor's gone as the head coach, and the new coach is Jimbo Jones or whoever.
Yeah. Well, first, I think that, the style of play is going to change.
Mm-hmm.
You would think if one coach's style of play is not working, if I'm the interim coach, I'm not going to continue to try to use his stuff and win ball games. So, that's you're looking at putting a whole new system in a week.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have a bye week next week or not, but that's tough.
Yeah. So I'm right. Because I played it, I kept thinking, all right, you switch coaches in the middle of the season. One thing at the end of the year, coach is gone, got new coaches. That happened to me playing basketball. But to go from week to week now, and that's what it's down to. It's week to week.
And they already had a 5-star running back decommit for 2027. So,
Mm-hmm.
that's the domino pieces that are going to start falling for you. And
absolutely. These other coaches on the phone going, hey, Wesley Murray, you're a hot rod running back. You're a 5-star. Don't go to Penn State. They don't know who's going to be the coach next year. And they don't. They got the interim coach. I think his name is Terry Smith. So Trent Dilfer gets canned down in Alabama, Birmingham. Oregon State gets rid of their guy. Bray is his last name. So you got 3 getting canned today or yesterday, middle of the season. I just find that amazing. So, and it's not going to stop. There's going to be somebody's going to get fired right after the game. They won't even wait till the next day. They're going to walk in and say, we're going to can you right now because we got blown off the field.
I say Bill Belichick's next at Carolina.
Oh yeah, he's on the hot seat, and they're blaming it on part of it's his girlfriend, which has nothing to do with it. That is totally unfair to that man. If he's dating a 24-year-old or a 94-year-old, that's none of our business and shouldn't have nothing to do with what is determined on the field between the lines. Wesley Murray's getting his job done, whether he's married to a 24-year-old lady or a 94-year-old lady at the credit union, has nothing to do with whether he can do the job in the prod department. So Belichick, they keep saying, well, he's dating this young girl. That is none of our business. That's personal.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with his coaching.
No.
But his coaching's not very good. They're not doing too hot, to say the least. So anyway, Belichick may be the next one. So then you have Deion comes out and says they stormed the field of Colorado. And he says, man, I love that. I think it's great. Excuse me. How can you think it's great when somebody could potentially get trampled? I mean, I get the enthusiasm. He says, man, I love it. We'll just pay the fine. We love it. It's okay. No, it's not okay. So.
And when they hired him, they didn't have the money to hire him in the first place. So I don't know how they have the money now to pay his salary and
There you go.
a
But he came out.
fee.
I've got the article. It says he's all for it. I love it. Let him charge the field, storm the field, tear the goalpost down. We love it, man. It's great. Let these kids have fun. I'm thinking, if you saw the video, they're coming down out of the stands. One kid fell down, got stepped on. Come on, Deion, you know better than that. So anyway, back to the prod. What else can we be doing for the holidays?
Yeah, so big thing is we have limits set on debit cards. A lot of people get upset about it sometimes, but if somebody steals your debit card information, they're only going to be able to get a certain amount of money off that card before it shuts off itself. And then secondly, the mobile app's really, truly amazing. You can put your debit card in there. It gives you a notification anytime the card's used. I know last time I was on, I told you my buddy got a notification on the way to church that $800 was coming out for a phone bill that he didn't even have. So luckily he turned his phone off, and they actually had tried, when I got back and checked, they had tried 4 more times for that same dollar amount. So him turning his card off and our debit card limits both saved close to $2,000 coming out.
Say again, I sit here when I have this man come on, I appreciate him so much because he's doing this for you. And so when you become a credit union member for $5, you join Northeast Community Credit Union, and you got him and his other 3 folks in his department going to work for you. But I'm just amazed. I just stand amazed that he would, or if there's people out there that intentionally wake up trying to destroy you and me financially. I can't. I try every time you come on the show. I try to you do it for a living, but it's still hard for you to comprehend.
Yeah, it's. I mean, and they're getting better and better each day. You know, and now like with that AI stuff that I was talking about, they're going to be able in a few years to make it seem like you're FaceTiming me. So they're going to have your face, your voice calling me saying, "Hey, I'm in a crunch. I need some money. Can you send it to me?" So it's only going to get worse. That's why a big part of the credit union is, you know, knowing our members. I have a lot of friends and family, and I've gained friends working at the credit union that bank with us. That they, you know, if they'll call in, I know it's them. Mm-hmm. I know it's their voice. You know, I kind of know their tendencies on what they're spending and what they're not. So, you know, if my mom calls in and on a fake call and says, "Hey, I need to raise my limit to $10,000. I'm buying a car," I'm like, no. You just bought a new car. I know you don't need a new car. So that's a big thing. You know, knowing our members, coming in and seeing us, you know, getting familiar with you. That's the big thing.
That's why they talk in the book in the last days we're all going to take a mark. So that may be where we're headed. In fact, I know it's where we're headed because that's in the book. So I don't know how far away that is, but that would certainly a cashless society and have a mark where you do your transactions with a number. Man, that's not all that far-fetched, is it?
No.
And so it's in the book. It's going to happen. It's called 666. So, which is another story for another day, but that's where we're headed. So, for October the 13th, 2025, when you join, and you should join the credit union if you want Wesley and his staff to take care of you, that's what you do. And so it's very easy to get started. And once you do, in fact, it takes $5 to open an account, and then you're immediately part of the team, right?
That's it.
And he goes to work for you. So in closing here, I know you go back to work. Be sure to get you some lunch. But in closing, I know we want to let you help us once we become a credit union member, but until then, what are some of the things we can do as individuals to safeguard our accounts, our money?
Yeah, so I know I keep going back to it, but the mobile app really has everything that you need to protect your money. You can see, you know, we have a set limit for you, but you can go in there and set your own limit that's lower. So, you know, if I know I'm going on vacation and I know that I shouldn't be spending more than $100 a day, I can go on there and set it for $100. I can go on there and set it to where no transactions come out unless I'm present. So unless my phone's near me, you know, that card's going to get declined. Some of those rules can get a little tricky, but overall the app's really fantastic because it, you know, sends you real-time notifications, turn your card on and off, or if you're somebody that only uses your card, say during Christmas time, it's good, you know, you can leave that card turned off until you're ready to use it.
It's just that simple, folks, and all get started by joining the credit union. Go to bemyicu.org. To open an account, you have to go in person, right?
Either one, so you can open an account online, but you will end up having to come in person at some point so we can lay eyes on you.
There you go, which is a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
So that way you can put a face to the name of the face, and that way you'll know going forward.
Correct.
Who this person is, who really is Tom Taylor.
Yeah,
so.
and you know, we like you to come in. We want to get to know you.
Sure.
We want to know your financial needs and your personal needs, and it's always good just to have that personal connection with your members.
Thank you for helping me get on the air.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, seriously, I turned the thing on, it wasn't working, and I'm thinking, okay, what's wrong with this today? Why is it not working? And so Wesley just happened to be here, which was God ordained because maybe Andrew could help me or somebody else from the credit union because we rotate guests. But it happened to be the guy that knows something about computers. He said, well, try this right here. And then I called the right people and got it on. So he's a good guy. Get you some lunch. You hungry?
Thank you. Oh, yeah. Always.
All right. Yeah. When you're 6 foot, what are you? 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", what are you? 6'6". When you're 6'6", or whether you're Axel Stein, you're always hungry. So there you go. Get you some lunch, sir. Thank you, Wesley. Great job. So, hello, Charlotte Tolley. How you doing? We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. He's here. We're going to get him on. Sean Witten joins us top of the hour talking Cyclone football. The open date is over. We're down to 3 games now. East this week, Seymour next week for senior night, and we'll wrap things up on the 30th. There's still talk they're going to play it on Halloween, but right now it is still on the 30th on a Thursday in Greenville to wrap up the regular season. So all that straight ahead. Coming up, Axel Stein's next on the Tom Taylor Sports.
After a long, hard day at work, all you want to do is relax at home, right? But how can you possibly relax when your home's not comfortable? If you want to feel more comfortable at home, give Advanced Heat Pump Systems a call today. With over 30 years of experience and the most innovative solutions, you can rest assured that Advanced Heat Pump Systems will make your home more comfortable. Give them a call today, 926-2665, or visit them online at advancedheatpump.com.
Brumman Sports Shop in downtown Elizabethton with your favorite school's T-shirts, polos, or hoodies. They can put your school, church, or company's logo on lots of different styles of hats, including Nike and Richardson and now Travis Matthew. Windbreakers, sublimated shirts, pullovers, koozies. They can order for any area school and your favorite team. Dry fit sleeveless hoodies, Nike dry fit T-shirts, women's and toddler sizes. You can order any uniform for any sport, including the pants or shorts from Brumman Sports Shop. And they always have a clearance rack to save you money. Plaques, trophies, medals, and ribbons, and all the engraving is done in-house. And they offer hard-to-find Letterman jackets of your favorite school for guys, ladies, and now elementary and middle school athletes too. And they offer all the different sports patches as well. Brumman Sports Shop, downtown Elizabethton, Facebook, Instagram, website, BrummanSportsShop.com, phone 542-2321, Brumman Sports Shop in downtown Elizabethton. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, look who stopped by. My buddy Axel Steins. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good on this Monday, October the 13th. Yeah, matching hats on.
Matching hats. Let me guess, you had 12 nuggets.
Yep.
2 large fries. Sweet tea.
Yes, indeed.
You got it. And ice cream? You get ice cream too? I know your mother's got ice cream. Did you get ice cream?
Maybe I will after my appearance.
There you go. All right. Do you want a cone or a cup?
I'll take a cup.
Cup, chocolate syrup or strawberries topping?
I'll take like chocolate.
All right. Just go up there and tell them you get chocolate syrup, ice cream, and a cup, and you're going to go, oh boy. All right.
Axel Stein to shines, and he'll get back to shining this coming Friday night at home versus Sullivan East. In fact, back-to-back home games starting next week.
Yep.
Sullivan East and Seymour.
So you're exactly right. Hello, Charlotte Tolley. So, folks, if you don't know anything about the Cyclone Walk, tell them what you do.
Well, folks, sometimes Tom gets new viewers a lot, and so for some people who don't know what the Cyclone Walk is, it's where the guys come out of the locker room. I would always get them pepped up, and so do the cheerleaders. Me and Carrie are, of course, recording it live for the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page.
Yep, you are, and we are. So he'll do the Cyclone Walk. It's about 6:15, I think it is, thereabouts.
Yeah.
When they come down the sidewalk, and Axel high-fives them, and they go in and get...
I also high-five Tuffy and Stormy as well.
Tuffy and Stormy, yep. And so...
Our mascots.
Mm-hmm. So we got 2 weeks in a row now. So back-to-back home games.
Yeah. Sullivan East this coming Friday night, and senior night against Seymour on the 24th of October, and then we'll close things out at Greenville on a Thursday instead of a Friday this year.
Yep, and then we should have a home playoff game.
Yeah,
first
keeping
round.
Those fingers crossed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What did you think about Tennessee winning over Arkansas, 34-31? Woo, doggies.
There you go. Yeah, they did win. They play Alabama this week, and they beat Alabama.
Yeah. This is for a chance to possibly make an SEC title and maybe another college football playoff.
Yep, it's a big game. You're right.
Yeah, it'll be a dandy.
It'll be a dandy. You going to watch it?
Yeah, on ABC.
ABC?
Yeah, part of the SEC on ABC. From Tuscaloosa.
I'm sure you know the kickoff time too, right?
Yeah, 7:30.
7:30. Yep, I knew that. So
good night.
Good night. This man knows everything. So, did your mother have a good birthday?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
celebrated over the weekend.
that's it. It was like Mardi Gras, the whole weekend of Crystal Stein's birthday time. There you go. I understand. So, well, when you're 27, it's a good time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just go with me on that so we don't get in trouble, okay?
Oh.
Yeah.
Doggies.
Oh boy. All right. So, your mother tells me she's going to try and get me doing on a redneck on to call a bingo thing. We may be doing bingo. Call them bingo. You and I can do. Would you help me do bingo?
Yeah.
Pull out of things B12. And
Yeah, like maybe be your assistant some.
there you go. We can call bingo together. We're going to do bingo. I think we're doing some kind of a fundraiser bingo. So
Yeah,
she's working
made
on
by
that.
Julie Pate.
Yep. So that's Julie Page. So we may end up doing a bingo thing together. So
Yeah.
I'll do one and you do one.
Yeah.
So pull a little thing out of the hat and says G12 or O14 or whatever. We could do that, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Two-headed monster.
Whoever wins it.
Yeah, they win some cool stuff. So we're working on that. Your mother's kind of putting that together, we found out, and that's good. So, but I'm getting excited for Friday night for the Cyclone Walk. You love this.
Yeah.
The weather's going to be perfect. No rain
Yeah.
in the forecast.
No rain.
No, it's gonna be-
Yay.
I'm excited.
I am excited too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coach Whitten's going to be here in a minute. He's
Yeah.
going to
Yeah,
talk about them Cyclones.
Yeah. Pretty soon, 177 wins for Sean.
Mm-hmm. Today's show is number what?
2375, as you can see on the screen, as we are in 25 more shows until 2400. Yeah.
Do that again. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are something. You know that?
That's why he calls me Mr. Cyclone right here, folks.
Mr. Cyclone.
Yeah. My shirt on today says Betsy Built, by the way.
Betsy Built.
Yeah.
With the right ball cap on. That's good.
Yeah. And go Cyclones.
Do that one more time. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see you Friday night.
I'll see you Friday night.
Oh, boy.
Boy.
Axel Stein.
Shines.
You got it.
Cyclones trying to go 7-1 for the year. 5-0 region play.
Mm-hmm. Going to be a big one Friday night.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. We got some sports to talk about, and Sean Witten joins us coming up on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Steins with a special song. Take it away, Axel.
The Eagle Center is right downtown. The second block is where we're found. We have crocs and clocks and a lot of things. Tools and glass and shiny rings. Coins and books and mirrors too. All these things just waiting for you. Beautiful furniture and much, much more. You gotta come visit our store.
Hey, it's your girl Mayani. A little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A Cobb salad is the chicken. Literally, the nuggets, they smack. When you put those nuggets in the salad, it just brings the salad to life. I'll give it a 10 out of 10.
Hi, I'm Jasmine. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A market salad is that the chicken is super juicy and the apples can be a little tangy, also a little sweet as well. So there's just a ton of different flavors. It's just so good.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, let's run down top 25 college football. It's here, and so we got some big games this week. First off, we got 3 coaches. We told you got canned. James Franklin gone at Penn State. You know that. But you look at this guy's record. I don't know. Of course, he didn't win the big games, and that's a biggie. First FBS team since 1978 to lose back-to-back games when you're favored by at least 20 points or more against UCLA and Northwestern. So that got him out of there. But James Franklin, his career record is 104-45. He's won 104 games, lost 45. At Penn State in 12 years, he was 64-36 against Big Ten competition. Those aren't bad numbers, but he's 0-3 in the Big Ten this year. That's what got him. So Penn State made its second Big Ten championship game appearance last season. They only won the Big Ten once during Franklin's tenure. They did win at least 10 games in 6 of his 12 seasons. So he had double-digit wins 6 out of the 12 years he coached at Penn State, including 3 straight double-digit win seasons. So before that, he spent 3 seasons at Vanderbilt, led them to back-to-back 9-win seasons. So the guy can coach. He'll be not having any problem getting a new job. Just really depends on where he wants to go. The word is Florida's looking at him, but we'll see. So, but anyway, I'm going to ask Sean that when he gets here, because I just, when you fire somebody and you shift coaches in the middle of the season, it has to be detrimental to your program. Has to be. Even in recruiting, as Wesley said a few minutes ago, they've already had a decommit, the big running back. Don't know his name. The kid Penn State has already decommitted from going to Penn State because the coach is gone. Top 25, who plays on Friday night? Number 2, Miami will host Louisville. Number 26 or 25, Nebraska goes to Minnesota. That's on Friday. On Saturday, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games pitting top 25 teams against each other. The first one's at noon. LSU, number 10, LSU at number 17, Vanderbilt. I got Vanderbilt winning that one. I got them in an upset. Something just tells me Vanderbilt's going to beat them in Nashville. They've not been all that impressive, they being LSU. 12th-ranked Georgia Tech will be at Duke. 14th-ranked Oklahoma and South Carolina on Saturday. 3rd-ranked Indiana. Frank Signetti, the guy they're talking about now to be the new coach at the Penn State Nittany Lion camp. He played there. From there, he's from State College, played there, and so, I'm sorry, that's not him. I'm thinking of Rule. Rule played there, the Nebraska coach. And so he and Signetti are the guys that are being rumored to be the top guys to take that job. It'll come to the point, you wait and see, well, they're going to move coaches in the middle of the season. They won't wait to the end of the year. They'll say, okay, I'm going to jump ship now. This coach going to leave this program high and dry to go to this team. Nah, they won't do that. How long ago would you have thought that they'd have fired a coach in the middle of the season? Well, they are now, obviously. And they're not done. It's going to be a weekly thing now. Billy Napier's is hanging by a thread. Bill Belichick's hanging by a thread. I think Dabo's kind of saved himself with a $60 million buyout, and, he's getting it together now, playing lesser opponents. And so he wore Boston College out over the weekend. Anyway, Indiana's coach is rumored to be one of the top guys to take the Penn State job. Number 4, Texas A&M will be at Arkansas. Number 1, Ohio State. The Buckeyes will be at Wisconsin, which is a bad program right now. Whew. They're in trouble in Camp Randall. Number 5, Ole Miss. At number 9, Georgia. That'll be a dandy at 3:30 on Saturday. 7th-ranked Texas Tech at Arizona State. Georgia. They flipped the switch. You can't keep flipping the switch in the second half. I mean, you can, but it's going to come back to haunt you. And so Georgia had to flip it, and they did against Auburn and won it. 22nd-ranked Memphis on Saturday will be at Alabama Birmingham. 18th-ranked Virginia hosting Washington State. 8th-ranked Oregon will be at Rutgers. 21st-ranked Texas will be at Kentucky. Gary Rowe will be in here in a little while talking about SEC football. Number 20, Southern Cal. Number 13, Notre Dame on Saturday. Of course, the biggie around here, 11th-ranked Tennessee at number 6, Alabama, as Axel said, at 7:30 on ABC on Saturday. South Florida, the Bulls, number 19, hosting Florida Atlantic. 16th-ranked Missouri will be at Auburn. 23rd-ranked Utah will be at number 15, BYU. And number 24, Cincinnati, the Bearcats at Oklahoma State. Big weekend for college football. And as we said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 games involving top 25 teams against each other. You've got LSU at Vanderbilt, Ole Miss at Georgia, Southern Cal at Notre Dame, Tennessee at Alabama, and Utah at BYU. Those are big games. And so the pressure's on. Trent Dilfer canned overnight, coach at Alabama Birmingham. 2-4 this year, 9-21 was his coaching record at Alabama Birmingham. He's replaced by Alex Mortensen. And then Trent Bray at Oregon State got canned. 5-14 overall, 1-13 over his last 14 games, and 0-7 this season. So the Ducks got a new guy. So there's 3 coaches fired just since Saturday. James Franklin, Penn State, Trent Dilfer, Alabama Birmingham, and Trent Bray at Oregon State. So, and there'll be more. And as we discussed earlier, Bill Belichick's in trouble at North Carolina. That one ain't working. That experiment, for whatever reason, is not getting it done. So then you go, before we go to the break here, Sean's going to join us coming up here at the top of the hour. Of course, we're already past the 12 o'clock hour. He's due here any minute. The mass of Colorado fans spilled out of the seats onto the field after the win over number 22 Iowa State on Saturday. It was a sight the Buffaloes coach Deion Sanders loved to see. What are you thinking? It might very well lead us to reprimand, a fine, or both. Either way, it's the second straight home game with an incident involving the crowd at Folsom Field. The school drew a $50,000 fine and a rebuke by the Big 12 for derogatory chants towards BYU, the Mormons, of course, the Mormon University, on September the 27th. So I want to see Deion ask after the game, is it a fine? Come on, man, that ain't right. I want to see the fans rush the field, the kids. I absolutely love it. What are you thinking, Deion, buddy? Come on now. So, public address announcer Saturday warned the fans that entering the field could result in a fine for the school or possibly be arrested individually. Didn't stop him. Now, here's what Deion says. This is what I like, because he got himself covered. He says, hats off to our security team. They did a good job getting me into the locker room. Okay. Leave you out there in the middle of it and see how you do. I just don't get it. I'm just going to tell you, Deion, that's a stupid thing to say. Let him rush the field. He says, what are you going to do with the field goal if you take it down anyway? What are you going to do with it? Put it in your front yard, your frat house? He said, I don't understand how they tear down the field goal, the goalpost, but I love it. So they're going to get fined. Second time through, I think it's a $100,000 fine, or $75, $50 for the first time. Anyway, Deion says it's good, man. I like it. I like when the kids stormed the field. Here's a picture of it on Saturday. I saw the crowd coming down out of the stands afterwards. And, of course, one guy got stepped in and he fell down coming down the steps because he was being run over by the people behind him. There he was getting stomped on. And anyway, I just find it crazy. The coach would come out and openly suggest it's a good thing to have people storm the field. So, but he did, and there you go. All right, what else going on in sports? Let's see. We have NASCAR. Denny Hamlin winning the race at Las Vegas yesterday to punch his ticket into the final round. So here is the way it looks. Hamlin, Kyle Larson finished second, followed by Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott, Chase Briscoe, Tyler Reddick, Joey Logano, Alex Bowman, Kyle Busch, Ryan Preece, and Brad Keselowski. They finished out of the top 10. So here's your points heading into the next stop in Talladega this weekend. You have Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe. Hamlin moves into the round of 8. In trouble right now, William Byron, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, and Ryan Blaney. They'll race this weekend, as we said, in Talladega. Tom Taylor Sports Show, Big Daddy Dale. What you doing, bud? Hope you're having a good one. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We'll look for Sean Witten, head football coach of the Cyclones, coming up on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Talking to our buddy Molly Hurley from Chick-fil-A. It's football time in Tennessee, the late John Ward would say. On a Friday night or a Saturday afternoon or even on Sunday to watch NFL, you can get your trays from Chick-fil-A. Tell us what we can get there.
Yes, you can. You can get nugget and strip trays, fruit, salad, mac and cheese. We've got cookies, brownies. We've got wraps and veggie wraps. And then we also have our sub sandwich trays that have our cold grilled chicken, lettuce, tomato. Those are really good. And if you're getting it for a Sunday for the NFL games, you can also get the nuggets and strips chilled, so that way we'll cool them down for you, give you reheat instructions, and you can pop them in the oven and have them ready for your party.
How do we order? How do we get them?
You can call the store at 423-297-1266, or you can go online or use your Chick-fil-A app to place an order online.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton, 423-297-1266. Our buddy Molly Hurley, marketing lady from Chick-fil-A here in Elizabethton, proud sponsor of the Tom Bailey Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Sports. And back with the Tom Bailey Sports Show. Sunday night football last night. The Chiefs, I don't think I'd count them out just yet. They look pretty good to me. Big win over the Detroit Lions. Had a little skirmish after the game. It happens. That's something else I don't always understand. I know what you're supposed to do, what's right to do, but it's 2025. Remember Larry Bird one time said, I don't want to go shake somebody's hand after trying to beat them up and run them off the floor. Remember Bird said, I don't want to go shake hands afterwards. We got beat. I don't want to talk to them. If we did win, I don't want them because they'll pop off, and I'll pop off right back. So he said, I don't always think going and shaking hands afterwards, yes, it's a sign of good sportsmanship, but it doesn't always turn out that way. Such is the case last night. They had a little fight at the end of the game, went to shake hands, and somebody popped off, and somebody didn't shake Patrick Mahomes' hand, and so somebody took exception to that and had a little tussle. So Sean's on his way, by the way. So anyway, that was last night. And we got Monday Night Football coming up tonight. Let's see. We got Washington. I'll check on that here in just a second. We got baseball tonight for sure. Game one last night, it was the Mariners defeating Toronto after that electrifying win over the weekend. That was, Saturday night I watched that? What a game. What a game. So now the Mariners going to Toronto, beat them last night. Game two coming up tonight. The Dodgers open up against Milwaukee. It's going to be a heck of a series. Jose Quintana will go for the Brewers tonight, and Blake Snell go for the Dodgers, game one of that series. So that's going to be some great baseball. Milwaukee and the Dodgers, and Toronto and Seattle in game two of that one coming up tonight. And so the Dodgers and Milwaukee, that's going to be a heck of a baseball series. That's two really good teams. Of course, Milwaukee with the best record in baseball. So, but anyway, that's what's going on there. And let's see. Trying to come up with the NFL for tonight. I'll double check here in a second. In fact, I can do that right now. So, hello, Teresa Tig. How you doing? Sean's here. He's going to join us just in a second. It's game week. Let's give you before we go to the break. Let's see who's on Monday Night Football tonight. It will be Buffalo and Atlanta. Bills 4-1, the Falcons 2-2, and the Bears in Washington. Bears 2-2, and the Commanders 3-2. So that's what's going on tonight. It's a doubleheader on Monday Night Football. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Sean joins us next on the Tom Bailey Sports. Double C Western Supply in Elizabethton, your Cowboy store, and so much more. We have shoes and boots for guys and gals. We have kids' boots and shoes for the little people, too. Ball caps, Marriott Wrangler, a large selection of Huey. We have purses, billfolds, handbags. We carry a full line of Montana Silversmith jewelry. We have both Lane Frost and Huey cologne and perfumes. We even have several styles of rugs to choose from, and a large kids section full of boots and shoes and jeans and dresses and even stuffed animals. And jeans, and more jeans, both work and casual for guys and gals. Ariat and Wrangler in all sizes and styles. T-shirts for men, women, and kids. For cold weather, we have fleece tops and sweaters. And racks full of men's shirts, including the George Strait line from Wrangler. Short sleeve and long sleeve shirts for men and women. Vests and jackets for the cold days and nights for the guys and the ladies. We have a full line of tack and cowboy hats for cowboys and cowgirls, along with belts and a great selection of saddles. So you see, it is a cowboy store and more. Double C Western Supply, Railroad Street, Elizabethton. Find us on Facebook and at doublecwesternsupply.com. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Busy. It's, by the way, school's out today. They go back tomorrow. It's Professional Development Day. And so he said I was working away, getting ready for the Patriots in his office. So got to ask him. I want to ask you a coaching question. So you played it. You've coached it. So you got James Franklin came in the middle of the season. Trent Dilfer, the Bray guy, Trent Bray at Oregon State. So you played it and you coached it. So to me, tell me if I'm wrong, it messes up the program when you walk in and today it's Sean Whitten coaching and tomorrow Tom Taylor's coaching. I would think that would just, to me, that messes up. I know that one of the big recruits in Penn State's already decommitted, so there's already a ripple effect. So how does that affect somebody as a player? Does that not mess things up a little bit?
It does, especially when you got a number of those coaches been there a long time. Mike Gundy been there 20 years. James Franklin 12 years. 12 years. And then, what he's built himself up there at Penn State, and then you get a guy like Pry at Virginia Tech's only been there a couple years, but just trying to rebuild it, bring back the Virginia Tech alum, and it becomes tough. And then, hearing a different voice, obviously you understand why, to maybe try to get a head start on the college coaching carousel that takes place, and then, figuring out where the program needs to go. And then, that's, nowadays it's all about recruiting and NIL and then transfer portal. So just trying to attack that because, obviously that'll take place early December, get a head start on there. But it becomes tough just hearing a different voice. And, depending on who's in charge is what direction you go. And, whether you get an offense coordinator, defense coordinator, or interim coach, position coach kind of takes him. But look what's happened out there at UCLA. I mean, two back-to-back wins and, different voice, different energy. And, guys are kind of playing, with anything to lose. And it's definitely tough.
And Arkansas played better Saturday under Bobby Petrino. So I never thought I'd see him firing people in the middle of the season. So I got to ask you this. Do you think we'll come to the point where a coach will leave a team? Let's say they're wanting Signetti or Rule now at Penn State. So would you think we'll ever see the day where a coach will, in the middle of the season, go, okay, I'm leaving this school to go to this school in the middle of the season?
That would be difficult. Although with the college calendar, to get players is the name of the game. And, if you get there late or you try to finish your season, it becomes tough. But that is, I think Bobby Petrino is about the only one that did that, didn't he? He left for the Falcons, or he left the Falcons for Arkansas.
Yeah, he did.
One in the middle. You didn't finish the season out.
He just left them high and dry.
Yeah, left them high and dry. I don't know if that's somebody you would want to play for if you do that.
There you go. That's another part too. So if he left me once, he'd leave me again. So anyway, I just wondered because I keep thinking, as a player, all right, I just think if today Sean's the head coach and tomorrow, let's use a hypothetical, you leave and Stacy Carter comes over. He's got a new coach, new system, and in the middle of the season, I would think that would be. So you've answered my question. So anyway, that's what's going on in college football now. Every Monday I come in here, it's somebody different. Yeah. First it was Dabo, then it was Billy Napier. Now they got Belichick's in the crosshairs in North Carolina. They're after him. So anyway, I just wondered. You answered my question. So we had an off week. Kids got healed up some.
Yeah, got 3 really good days of practice and got them some chance to kind of take some time away there. And then we got a full week this week, ready to rock and roll, get back at it for a strong finish. And got 2 consecutive home games and a Thursday date with the Devils. And we're excited about a strong finish.
It will be a Thursday game. I know there's been talk about it going to be moved to Halloween, but it's going to stay on Thursday.
Yeah, it'll stay on Thursday.
It's going to be on Thursday. So we've got East Friday night, then senior night Seymour coming in Friday after. The weather's going to be perfect this Friday night. Axel was here earlier, so we'll do the Cyclone Walk. He really gets jazzed up. Those guys love it, and he loves it. And so we get a chance to let him come down the sidewalk, and Axel gives him a high five as they go in to get stretched, get ready for the game. So East is a team that obviously you look at the record, they're 0-7, so they're going to play the spoiler. And so it's a team, if you look at the stats, you wonder why they're 0-7 because they got Lingerfeld, Stones for over 1,700 yards, Profits caught for over 400 yards, Blue Profits. So they got some offense and they can move the football, but they're 0-7, so they're going to play the spoiler. So we got to be ready to go.
Yeah, especially coming off a bye week. We got to be vamped up and can't come out with a slow start, but definitely high-octane offense. Does a good job of extending plays, making plays with his feet, running around. The quick throws. Sometimes he catches that ball and throws it out there without even putting his hands on the laces. He's kind of lock and load, ready to go. But, definitely do a good job on offense, kind of kamikaze defense. They kind of blitz and come from everywhere, not your typical defense that you go against. So just got to make sure that we're prepared. We have an opportunity to build a lot of confidence, a lot of play forward this last 3 weeks. And it's not so much worrying about your opponent, who you playing, about us making sure that we're taking the next steps. There's so many games you think, you talk about Penn State going all the way to UCLA. You talk about Northwestern beating Penn State. You're talking about a number of teams, the situation. You talk about Indiana going into Oregon. How do you do that with a mindset in preparing yourself? So these last, several weeks of practice here, several days of practice, we got to continue to work, continue to get better, be sharp, be crisp, doing the things we need to do in order to win.
We're in the playoffs. I calculated last night. Even if we lost the last 3 games, we won't. But we're in the playoffs, and so at least I don't think we will. I guess it's being cocky, but I'm also being confident. So the Cyclones are in, and more than likely we'll host a first-round playoff game. That's to be determined. You still got to take care of business. But you go back to last year, we won 43-6. Red, who we miss. Man, we miss that kid. I know he's still heartbroken, but he'll be ready for baseball. But still, we miss him. He had a couple of rushing touchdowns last year. Justice Wallen had one. The Train, does he be back this week?
Yes, sir.
He had 2 touchdowns last year against the East. And then C.J. Mathis got his first varsity touchdown ever against the East last week, won 43-6. We've won 15 straight against them. So on paper, and it sounds good on paper it's like, well, we should dominate, but he's got to get him ready to go. And so you nailed it. We got to be as best as we can be for the Cyclones against East and Seymour and Greenville and let everything else take care of itself. I do have the playoff brackets. I have a college degree, but I'm not sure. I look at this, and so they've kind of changed things around, so it's not the typical postseason format. Is that correct?
No, it's first round is still the same. 1 plays 4, 2 plays 3, and Region 1, Region 2, Region 3, Region 4. But after the first round game, it becomes different. There's, I guess, depending on if you're a 1 seed, 2 seed, depending on your lower seed, it's not the typical format where, Region 1 plays Region 2, Region plays Region 4. Basically, what happens is after that first round, you're kind of reseeded kind of way. And, basically if you're a 2 seed, 1 seed, you can play Region 3, Region 4. You don't really kind of fall down in that same matchup to where, 2 plays 1 from Region 2 or 1 plays 2 from Region 2. And then, basically if you're a lower seed and you upsetting, you could get a different path. Then you kind of get moved to the upper tier of the bracket. So, it's maybe a little bit more travel, But I think that what you get is you're playing a quadrant instead of a region.
Perfect. Yep. And so that could benefit you, really.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about Region 3 to Region 4. There's some teams down there. You got Macon County, played in it last year. You got Upperman's been a good team. You got Signal Mountain's been a good team there. You got Red Bank, some Chattanooga schools. So, obviously Region 2's a good team. But, for us, for the last however many years, it's been us in Anderson County round 2 or whatever it may be. It's kind of a different format to kind of break up some of the – and I think really what it comes back down to, too, is also you can't see the same team in your region until possibly semifinals versus used to be round 3.
Yep, that's exactly right. So, and that's down the road, but it's 4 weeks out, and it's time where we've turned the halfway point of the season, so we're starting to get dialed in, get tuned up, get ready for the playoffs, because that's the ultimate goal is to be down in Chattanooga playing with that gold ball. We've done it 3 times. We brought 2 home, and we missed 1 by 1 play, so that's our goal, and that's what everybody's goal is. You look at the stats of our football team, and I guess what jumps out at me is we at one point was averaging on the rush about 2.3 yards a game. We've now pushed it up to 4.3, and 122 yards rushing per game. So that's a big improvement.
We've really picked up our rushing attack last couple weeks. We've committed to making sure that we can run the ball. This time of the year, you got to be able to stop the run the ball, help our quarterbacks out as well. We came out of the gate, really had some strong receiver play and got those guys going. So we started getting a little bit of soft defense and took advantage of some rushing attack. And now with the freshman quarterback, best thing, play action pass, misdirection. We've got a number of backs in there that have really stepped up for us by committee. And then, moving some guys around. I really think that what's really helped our run game too is we've got a number of guys that you got to focus on our offense.
Yep.
The emergence of different receivers and Justice at tight end, H-back, Legend at H-back. We've got we got a number of weapons we think that we can utilize, and then on top of that, we've got the emergence of a guy like Braylon Brett who's stepped up since Justin's been out, and then McDuffie stepped up since Justice and CJ have been playing a lot of linebacker as well. We get Jay Bird back this week, so that'll help us out with the linebacker and the rushing attack there, and then also give us another body for H-back to kind of free up some different things. So, really proud of the progress we've made over the last couple of weeks running the ball.
I got 8 guys who've carried the ball this year: Mathis, Britt, McDuffie, Slagle, Pate, Reed, and the Wallen boys, Justice and the Trains. You got 8 different guys that you got to be keying in on if you're the opposition. And so I want to go back and look at this stat too. Will Bauer's number, it's unbelievable. The 39 out of 41 are touchbacks on kickoffs for Will Bauer's. 39 out of 41. That'll get him playing somewhere in 2 years on Saturday. This kid's is awesome. Our kickoff returns, CJ's averaging 19 yards a return on 8 returns. Legends averaging 11. You've got Justice averaging 21 on kickoff and punt returns, and then Braylon's only done it twice, but averaging 46 yards.
Yeah, he's really emerged for us. We've had to switch up some kickoff returns just based off what the other teams do. We've had some pooch kicks, some sweep kicks, and teams not really kicking it deep. And then, when you play some of these teams that are trying to steal a possession, you got to be ready for onsides. And so we try to take advantage of that and really try to do a good job of getting field position.
I want to talk about the defense real quick before I let him go again. We'll be on 7:30 Friday night's kickoff. Somebody asked me at churches with 7 or 7:30. It's 7:30. We'll go in there at 6:50. And so the weather's going to be perfect. It's going to be another – we're not supposed to get rain in here until Sunday, so it's dry, but it's going to be a perfect night for football to come out and watch these kids play, and they've earned it. They've busted their tail, the orange and black, for Sean Witten and for the Elizabethton communities. They deserve a good crowd in there, and we'll have it. So you look at the tackling – Braden Rainwater, 56. Justice Wallen, 56. Then we got 13 guys in double digits. I'm going to run down the list real quick. CJ with 22. Britt with 10. McDuffie with 11. Legends got 22 tackles. Sammy Orsman with 13. Zach Wallen, 19. Jack Blevins with 18. Jay Train with 19. Kyler McGovern with 14. Lennox Loveday with 13. And you've got Riley Jones with 29 tackles. So, and that was in no particular order. You got 13 guys. We're flying to the football.
Defense has been really good this year. Stop the run. We've played a number of teams this year that have really tried to load up and run the ball. What's exciting about this week, Tom, is we're playing a passing team back to some spread team. So really excited to get that work for us. And then, when you get in the playoffs, you're going to see, different offenses each week. But, you go from Science Hill to multiple running backs, pro-style offense to Bristol's kind of a mixture but more heavy run. And then you get a, option team in Westridge. You get Northview as option team there, and then you play Granger and some teams like that where they're just kind of running the ball. And so really get back to get some spread look and, opportunity to help our pass defense, gain some confidence. What I like is we're really utilizing each one of our players, and then this week, finally, for the first time in a long time, we feel like we've got a great rotation on our offensive front. Nolan Loveday's back, and then Lennox is back, and we've got John Horniak's back, and then McGovern's back. So we've got a rotation. We got a 7 or 8 man rotation on the offensive line that really helps us. And then whenever those guys can get a break, and then be able to get over on the defense side, offensive side, get a little bit of rotation. You can get them out, talk to them, make a few adjustments, get them right back in. That really helps us as well. And then that also helps practice, to make sure the guys are going to, competing and going best against best. And then, obviously making sure their conditioning is ready because you got to be ready to play 48 minutes. And that's what we got to be ready to do when we, finish this strong into the season. And then, Riley Jones was out last week. Kyler McGovern was out last week. We get those guys back practicing. It makes it a whole lot better through the course of the week.
So, in a pass-oriented offense, always trying to educate folks out there in the game. So, the guys really got to be on it Friday night defensively would be your corners and your safety, and I guess linebackers.
Yeah,
too.
Linebackers done a good job. We've played, some of these teams. We've played with one safety, with an extra linebacker. We've played with an extra D lineman sometimes, stopping these run formations. So now we're back to our normal set. But, now you've got to be able to work some nickel sets, and you got to be able to work different coverages and work some man-to-man technique. And then also your D linemen have really been stopping the run and playing line of scrimmage. Now they get to go rush the passer. So you got to stay pass rush discipline, pass rush lanes, screens, wide receiver screens, running back screens, sprint out pass, you name it. Then on top of that, playing a quarterback this week that really holds on to the ball, runs around, makes a lot of plays. He's our leading rusher as well. And then, so there's a lot of things that get ready for. And then on top of that, just making sure your special teams are as good as they can be to finish the season.
And then on the other side, when we have the football, they do a lot of blitzing. So
yeah.
Who's got to be ready on offense?
Well, we got running back's got to do a good job of blitz pickup, and then Bryson's got to do a good job of getting the ball out quick, and he's got to see it. And then we got to do a good job of using multiple formations to make sure that we're protecting him at times and working on our pass pros, and got to make sure to do a great job of play action pass and keeping it balanced, to where they're packing the box, we get it out. If we got a light box, we're kind of running it. And then we just need some physical runs by our running backs, to take the load off. We need some plus plays where we get some big time plays where we get, 15 yards or more, 20 yards or more to really help us, get some broken tackles and dirty yards and making sure we stay ahead of the chains.
I'm looking at the weather forecast for Friday night. Cloudy skies, low around 50. Friday day, 74. So probably kickoff's going to be probably the mid-60s. Going to be a perfect night for football. Or is it a blackout, orange out? Is it we decided yet?
Yeah, it'll be a blackout, yeah.
Blackout
for sure.
There you go. So should be a great night. Come out, watch the band, the cheerleaders, the dance team, color guard, and a football team that's really clicking. We talked about this last week. For those of you who missed the visit last week, comes every Monday, and I appreciate that because I know he's busy. So in summation here, to wrap this thing up, right now heading into the final 3 games, grade our football team.
Well, I really love what we got done over the fall break. We practiced hard, did a lot of great things to get ahead, and I love that our attitude of our football team. And then the thing about it is, Tom, you can't say you believe and not put the work in. And believing comes from the work that you put in, the confidence. And our guys have believed. That's why they stayed and they worked. Everybody in our program gets coached from start to finish, whether JV guys or whatever. We play meaningful JV games. Every rep counts. We don't have a JV game today. We've got 2 next week to kind of finish up the season for them. And then we coach all of our guys, just like their starters, our young guys, the expectations, the standards they practice with. And then, that's the difference. And then obviously we've been in our share of injuries and getting guys in and out of lineups, and then we've had to move people. So, just our intellectual ability to understand what we're supposed to do, to alignment assignment, the guys playing both ways, what's been asked of us this year on both sides of the ball and in the special teams. You've seen us over the last 6 or 7 weeks. We've really gotten better. Our special teams weren't great to start the season. And then, we had a O-lineman by committee. We've had a running back by committee. We've had linebacker by committee. And then when you lose the players that we've lost, Tom, a Rhett, Justin, a Jay-Bird, a Nolan, Lennox was out, Riley Jones was out, or McGovern's out. Those are just they're not just seniors, but they're starters. Yeah. And then they've experienced players. So you give ourselves a B because you always have an opportunity to work on. And then the progress we've made last week, you've got to understand, you got to be able to play 48 minutes. You got to be able to face adversity moments. We seem like every game that we've been in, it's been a 4-quarter battle until last week against Granger. And so, for us to we've got to take that next step, elevate our play. Execution becomes a premium for these last couple weeks, and then, give ourselves a chance to kind of peak at the right time and be playing our best ball going in November.
So JV's playing
2 games next week. Yeah, we don't have a game today, so we play next Monday, West Ridge, and next Thursday against Dobbins Bennett. So both of those games will be away. So it gives them opportunity to kind of finish up the season. West Ridge on Monday, Dobbins Bennett on Thursday. 6 o'clock start times for the JV next week. Then we play Seymour on Friday at home for senior night.
There you go. So you got JV next week at West Ridge on Monday, week from tonight. The next Thursday a week will be at Dobbins Bennett at J. Fred. Then both at 6 o'clock. Then Seymour for senior night.
Yes, sir.
Then Greenville. Then it's on.
Thursday. Yep.
It's hammer time.
Yes, sir. It's hammer time right now.
You got that right. It's always hammer time. Thanks for coming.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're going to talk to Summer Johnson and Gary Rose. Summer joins us next on the Tom Taylor Sports. We're talking to Joseph Taylor, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. And what's going on at Ivy Hall Nursing Home?
Ivy Hall, we would love to have short-term rehab patients. If you go in for knee surgery, shoulder surgery, stuff like that, you need a little bit of rehab, please consider Ivy Hall. We have private rooms for our short-term rehab patients. We offer physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, full-time respiratory therapy. We'd love to take care of you.
Looking for help? Looking for folks to work here?
Absolutely, 100%. If you want to come in, if you're a CNA, LPN, RN, you want to work in dietary, laundry, housekeeping, we would love to have you. You can go to ivyhallnursinghome.com and fill out an application. Somebody will certainly call you back if you put in an application.
Yep. So all these different folks you take care of these different therapy programs, right?
Absolutely. We love the short-term patients. We love the long-term patients. Either one, we want to take care of anybody that comes our way, for sure.
Social media?
Social media, Ivy Hall Nursing Home on Facebook. And like I said, ivyhallnursinghome.com.
There you go. One of our great sponsors, folks. Love promoting them. Again, the great folks here in Elizabethton, sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports, Ivy Hall Nursing Home. Talking to our buddy Molly Hurley from Chick-fil-A. It's football time in Tennessee, the late John Moore would say. On a Friday night or a Saturday afternoon or even on Sunday to watch NFL, you can get your trays from Chick-fil-A. Tell us what we can get there.
Yes, you can. You can get nugget and strip trays, fruit, salad, mac and cheese. We've got cookies, brownies. We've got wraps and veggie wraps. And then we also have our sub sandwich trays that have our cold grilled chicken, lettuce, tomato. Those are really good. And if you're getting it for a Sunday for the NFL games, you can also get the nuggets and strips chilled. So that way we'll cool them down for you, give you reheat instructions, and you can pop them in the oven and have them ready for your party.
How do we order? How do we get them?
You can call the store at 423-297-1266, or you can go online or use your Chick-fil-A app to place an order online.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton, 423-297-1266. Our buddy Molly Hurley, marketing lady from Chick-fil-A here in Elizabethton, proud sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Sports. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, Gary Rowe joins us coming up in a few minutes. Talk a little SEC football. But this is Summer Johnson. We become buddies from the Carter County Imagination Library and also Carter County Schools. By the way, we got the tour of schools Friday. Oh my gosh, where am I going to be Friday?
Hampton Elementary.
Thank you.
Saw it on Facebook this morning.
I'm glad you know where I'm going. It's the story of my life. I never know where I'm going. So I'm going to Hampton Elementary. I have no clue where that's at. Is it close to the McDonald's in Hampton?
Yeah, just right up the road.
Okay, I've never been there.
Amazing
yeah,
school. Yeah.
They have a gym. That's where they played
Yeah.
Okay, I know where it's at.
Yeah, it's great. That's where my daughter went.
Okay, so it's Hampton. I know where I'm going.
Good people.
So good peeps. Yep. Because we're off last week for fall break, so we are cranking it this week at Hampton Elementary, the Carter County Tour School. You going to be there? You making a cameo?
I don't know. I don't know what my schedule looks like Friday. You just never know. I might be there.
Should I ask you publicly on the air to make a cameo to promote the trees or not?
I can try to be there. I can't make promises, but you might see me there.
Do I need to call Mr. Carpenter and say, can you see Miss Johnson?
He might be like, Miss Johnson needs to be at work.
That is work.
Well, maybe.
But anyway, so we'll be at Hampton Elementary. We're promoting this as a really cool thing. The Carter County Imagination Library is doing Christmas trees. Tell us what we're doing.
So we are having local businesses or school groups, organizations decorate a tree. They purchase the decorations, and the trees are being provided by Imagination Library. Generous donors are sponsoring trees, and then we will get the tree, and the business or group will decorate the tree, and then we're going to have those in businesses throughout Carter County.
This is to help kids read, folks. You have, what did you tell me last time, 2,000 books go out every month, is that right?
I think we were at 1975
as
of last week.
1,975 kids get a book from newborn to 5 years old every month.
Yes.
In Carter County, the Imagination Library with Dolly Parton. Everybody's heard about that. And so this is to raise money because it costs you guys.
So it's roughly around, the best we can figure, it changes month to month because books cost different amounts, as we all know, and shipping. So around $2 per child is what we pay.
And so that's what we're raising money for.
Yeah.
So if you're a business in Elizabethton, we want to put a tree in your business that you can decorate like you want. So I would love to see somebody do a Mickey Mouse tree, or a Winnie the Pooh. Are you a Winnie the Pooher?
I'm a big Disney girl.
Disney girl?
Yeah, I love Disney.
Yeah.
So
Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy,
all of them. Yeah.
All of them. So we do a Disney tree. So anyway, let's take it. Let's say we do a Disney tree in honor of Summer Johnson. All right, so we decorate a tree in your business. People come by to bid on it. And then the one that gets the highest bid on the tree, obviously, takes the tree home. They got a tree already decorated. And the money that we bid on, if you, let's say you cost $100 to get the tree, or 50, but whatever it is, that money goes into the kitty to help get books for kids.
Exactly.
Everybody wins.
Yeah.
And the biggest winner are the kids in Carter County. So there are kids out there. You're not maxed out. There are kids out there. If you had the money, you're at 1975. There could be more books going out, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we sign up anybody. There's no limit, anything like that. Our biggest problem is children move, change their address, and then they kind of fall off the wagon and they don't change their address with the library. So we lose those kids.
I get that. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we can always take more kids. There's you just go online, register. You can go to the library, see any of us on the board, and we can get your child signed up for Imagination Library.
So I looked at the calendar before she came over. It's 72 days till Christmas Eve. So the meter's running. We got to get this rolling. And so we've got 2 people already signed up. Duck Crossing and the Eagle Center said, we want trees. They're going to put trees in their businesses, which is awesome. But we need more, obviously, because the more, it's a no-brainer. You can go in and bid on the tree. If you win the tree, you get everything on the tree and the tree. It'll be an artificial tree. It won't be live. It's an artificial tree. These are what, 6-foot trees?
Yes.
6 foot?
We might do some smaller ones. We're kind of toying with the idea if a business can't house a 6-foot tree, but they say, hey, I want to do a 3-foot tabletop tree, we'll do it. Because not everybody wants a big tree in their home. Some people might want a smaller tree.
It's good. It's a good point. So anyway, bottom line is we're putting trees in businesses for kids. That's what this is all about. That's why I kind of got involved with this on the fringe, because I want to help promote this. This is for the kids. So,
absolutely.
And to read, we know the story. Readers are winners. You're in charge of the reading. Your official title of the school system is?
I am education manager for Head Start and pre-K.
Yeah. So, at every school I've gone to so far, the elementary schools in Carter County, and the city too, have said one of our big goals is to get them to read. So earlier the better. Get them to read, learn their vowels, learn their letters. So in Head Start in Carter County, I guess you start letters first. You start.
Yeah, I mean, basically from day one, we start reading books to kids. We start, a letter of the week, just trying to expose them to literacy as much as we can.
So we start them early. Readers are winners, man. It's, as I use the quote all the time, the late Walt Disney said, readers today, leaders tomorrow. You got to be able to read to survive in this world.
Exactly.
And the better you read, the better chance you have yourself to be successful. It's a no-brainer.
That's true.
So anyway, if you're a business out there would be interested in doing this, you can get a hold of me, and I'll pass it on to her, or you can email her at where?
SummerJohnson@carterk12.net.
Pretty simple. So.
Yeah.
But there is a sense of urgency where it's 72 days till Christmas Eve. So you want these trees up by when?
So our goal is by November 10th to have the trees in the downtown businesses, or businesses throughout Carter County. It doesn't have to just be downtown. And then we're going to have those on display until December 1st. And do bidding. Bidding will close December 1st. It's going to be an online bidding system, and then trees will be picked up by December 6th.
So if they put a tree in their business and go, I'll do this, but I don't have time to decorate the tree, you'll come decorate it, right? Somebody will decorate it?
We'll find somebody to decorate a tree. Yeah, absolutely.
But if you're in a business, you would think that business would, like if you did a Chick-fil-A tree, you'd decorate Chick-fil-A stuff, or if I'm sure those two antique stores are probably going to do something, got some antique ornaments on it or whatever. So that would be a no-brainer. But anyway, bottom line is we're doing this for the kids. Please consider getting involved. If you'd like to be a business, if you'd like to do this, doesn't have to be necessarily even in downtown, just in Elizabethton or Carter County proper.
Yeah,
because it's going to benefit the kids of Carter County at the bottom line. So, and those are city kids too, right? City and county kids.
It's anybody that lives inside of Carter County.
Yeah,
limits.
So it's not just the Elizabethton city kids benefit from it too. So I'm all about it. Have I covered it? Did I leave any?
No, you did a great job.
Who, what, when, where, and how. I always try to say who, what, when, where, and how we doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we doing? We're doing for the kids. When are we doing it? Starts when?
November the 10th.
November the 10th. Why are we doing it for the kids? How are we doing it? We just told you. I think I got them all covered.
Yeah.
So, you hungry?
Yeah. Getting ready to go get a chicken sandwich.
Get you a chicken sandwich. And so, what about your Tennessee Vols? How'd they do this weekend?
They did good. They won. They won, and so did the Longhorns.
Longhorns did too.
Hook 'em.
Hook 'em horns.
Yeah.
Is that how you do it?
Yeah.
No.
Something like that. Something like that. I don't know. My daughter does it.
I don't. So get you some lunch.
All right.
Maybe I'll see you Friday in Hampton Elementary.
Yeah.
Be nice if you came through and promoted us again.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay, would like for you to do that. It'd be good because it's all about. It's our future. It's all about these kids.
It is.
There's two sitting right here. You don't know who you're rubbing elbows with. Could be the next president, the next somebody finds a cure for cancer. You don't know.
No.
We don't know. Who'd have thought sitting here that Evan Carter, little old Evan from Westside Elementary, is now the Texas Ranger outfielder? We didn't know that.
No.
Nobody
No
knows.
clue.
No clue. So you got to give these kids every opportunity to be successful. The best way to do that is get them to be good readers.
Exactly.
All right. Get you some lunch.
All right.
Do it one more time. Thank you, lady.
All right.
Quick
Have a
break.
great day.
Gary Rowe next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show talking SEC football. Stanfield Thomas and Associates, Miss Autumn. So tell folks what STA is all about.
So at STA we do business tax, individual tax, bookkeeping, and payroll. We specialize in QuickBooks. We do offer QuickBooks training, and we have a QuickBooks Pro Advisor, which is Crystal. She's the owner. She can help with the software, training, inventory cleanup, file setup, and payroll reports. We also do month end, which includes reconciling. So yeah, we do a lot.
Do what you do best. Let us do the rest. It's a great, great slogan. Phone number, how do we get a hold of you?
423-968-9112 or at statax.com.
Where do we find you on social media?
You can find us at Stanfield Thomas & Associates on Facebook.
There you go. One of our great sponsors, Stanfield Thomas & Associates of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Football.
Our success is your success.
Brumman Sports Shop in downtown Elizabethton with your favorite school's T-shirts, polos, or hoodies. They can put your school, church, or company's logo on lots of different styles of hats, including Nike and Richardson and now Travis Matthew. Windbreakers, sublimated shirts, pullovers, koozies. They can order for any area school and your favorite team. Dry fit sleeveless hoodies, Nike dry fit t-shirts, women's and toddler sizes. You can order any uniform for any sport, including the pants or shorts from Brumman Sports Shop. And they always have a clearance rack to save you money. Plaques, trophies, medals, and ribbons, and all the engraving is done in-house. And they offer hard-to-find Letterman jackets of your favorite school for guys, ladies, and now elementary and middle school athletes too. And they offer all the different sports patches as well. Brumman Sports Shop, downtown Elizabethton, Facebook, Instagram, website, BrummanSportsShop.com, phone 542-2321, Brumman Sports Shop in downtown Elizabethton. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. So James Franklin gets canned. He's making $913 in the buyout of $49 million, $913 an hour. So means I have sat here for the last 2 hours and made $1,826.
Good for you.
Tell you what, that'll buy a few nuggets.
You hiring?
Strips, yeah. Nuggets, strips, mac and cheese, whatever I want. So
yeah,
that's the buyout. Well, it's $13 a minute.
$15
a minute.
A little over $15 a minute, I think. Yeah.
It's nuts. Yeah. It's crazy.
Unbelievable.
That's 40. We're referencing James Franklin at Penn State got fired, as everybody knows, I would assume at this point. And so as a result of that, he's making his buyout is $49 million. Now, I know he's a competitor because he's a coach and a good coach, quite frankly. He's had a pretty good run.
Good coach.
103-46 in 12 years.
Yeah.
So that ain't too shabby, folks.
No, good coach. He'll land somewhere.
But at $49 million and I'm making $15 a minute, I ain't in no hurry. I'm just telling you. I assume the guy's married. I don't know his personal life, but I would assume Mrs. Franklin.
Yeah, I know he's got children.
Yeah, so Mrs. Franklin's probably says, honey, just come on, wash the car, take the dog out.
Yeah.
We're making $913 an hour sitting here.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's what's going on. You also saw Trent Dilfer get canned at Alabama Birmingham. You saw Trent Bray get canned at Oregon State. So, I asked Sean earlier, now you got coaches getting fired in the middle of the season, which I think is, and he agreed, very detrimental to the programs because all of a sudden Gary Rose the coach, they can him and Tom's now the coach. I got Gary's staff I got to ride out with the rest of the season. And then all of a sudden, this kid's playing a lot because he's Gary Rose, he's star player now. I think, no, we're going to make some changes because, Joe Schmo ain't the guy now.
Yep.
I'm going to go get Leroy Schmo. And so I just think I just don't think it's good for anybody.
It's not. And we haven't really seen it yet, but at some point, kids are going to start leaving and following. If a coach lands somewhere, they're going to. Matt Rule leaves. Who's to say his key wide receiver won't go to Penn State with him?
Had a decommit this morning. A Penn State recruit, one of the top recruits going to Penn State for 2026, is decommitted because the coach is gone. So it's a ripple effect. Throw the rock in the pond and watch the ripples.
Sure, yeah.
Last Saturday, in no particular order, Alabama beat Missouri 27-24. We thought it'd be tight, but Bama held on to win.
Good game. Yeah.
Ole Miss squeaked by Washington State. Now, I was listening to the broadcast on Saturday, the Georgia game. They said that, Lane is looking forward and past Washington State to Georgia this weekend. Think that's a possibility?
Very, very good possibility. I mean, Washington State's not a good team. Ole Miss may have overlooked them, played to the level of their competition, and just about bit them.
We sat here last week and said Texas needs to win this game to do a prove-me game to knock off Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry, and they did, 23-6. Did that surprise you?
It really did surprise me. It not so much of the win, because you could have seen that game being a 23-20, something like that. But I was shocked at how bad Oklahoma looked. They weren't sharp all day. I guess you have those days, but seemed like a bad day to have it.
Tennessee and Arkansas, 34-31. Bobby Petrino, there's a case in point. New coach, had a bye week to kind of jumpstart the team.
Yeah.
And they played very well.
They did.
So I didn't see it. I was told they got rooked. So did they get rooked?
I didn't see it either.
Arkansas, I heard they got some bad calls.
Yeah,
Tennessee got some.
Heard that as well.
They got homered. I don't know. Wasn't there. Didn't see it.
Yeah.
Don't know anything about it. I was out of pocket, so they won 34-31.
I was as well. I didn't get to. We had work day at church, so I was working. I was working.
There you go. I know you weren't sitting in front of the Kentucky game because they were off, weren't they?
Best they've looked all year, and somehow still didn't score against each other. I don't know what happened.
Texas A&M doubled up Florida 34-17. The Aggies are fifth in the country, or were at that point, and so the Gators, Billy Napier, we'll see if he can hang on. Georgia came out of the gate very, very slow. They were down 10-0, and they scored 20 unanswered to beat Auburn at Auburn. That's a big win to beat them out there.
Huge win. There was a lot of controversy in that game as well. I did see that. The touchdown, the fumble that happened there at the goal line. I've seen a lot of angles of it. It looked like it popped out, But there again, one call is not going to dictate a game. I mean, it could be a turning point, but it's not going to dictate a game.
So was it a live ball? The Georgia, they ran it back for a touchdown. They said no. But was it a live ball?
I don't know if it was a live ball or not, but I know that it was knocked loose before it crossed the goal line. The other controversial call was when they stopped play, when it looked like it was pretty obvious that Smart was going down to call a timeout, and they gave him the timeout, and then he said, no, I wasn't calling a timeout. So then they kind of stopped play and then went right back into play.
If you go back and watch the video, which I did, he was behind some players. He kept going, timeout. Then he changed his whole thing. He said, no, I didn't want a timeout. I'm just saying I'm clapping.
Yeah.
Well, Hugh Freeze came unglued on the other side.
He did. And so what Kirby Smart was saying was, he said, I was trying to get the officials' attention to say, which is illegal, that he said that, the defense was clapping, which throws off the cadence for the offense. And so he was trying to smooth his way out, and I guess it worked.
A little gray area there on that one.
Yeah.
And I like Kirby Smart. But no.
Yeah, I think so.
LSU beat South Carolina 20-10. Was not an impressive win by LSU. In fact, they struggled for most of the game to beat South Carolina, which is no knock on the Gamecocks. But you're at Baton Rouge. You thought they'd have taken care of business a little bit more than they did, but they didn't. So that was last week. Now this week, oh boy, you got some dandies.
Yeah.
Got some really good football games this week.
And I think your comments about LSU is a good segue into that first game, because I think you're going to see what each of those teams got. Vanderbilt, have they really been tested? Well, they're going to get a test, potentially, but we don't know. We're going to see if LSU is really that team that can go on the road and test somebody, or is Vanderbilt really legit and can take on a decent team? So I don't know. We'll see. I think it's a crucial week for both teams. Honestly,
I'm going to call a Vanderbilt upset on that one.
I could see that. I could see that
in Nashville.
Yeah,
I see Vanderbilt knocking them off.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, me as well.
14th ranked Oklahoma goes to South Carolina. That's both those teams coming off a loss. Oklahoma's like, okay,
yeah, we
got to. It's a prove me game for Oklahoma.
Huge game for Oklahoma.
Yeah.
South Carolina really has nothing to lose at this point. 3-3. Top 15 team coming into town. You just you let loose. A team's 3-3 with nothing to lose. They can play a lot more. They play a lot looser than a team that's top 14 trying to crawl their way back in, so a lot more pressure there in Oklahoma. I still think they pull away from South Carolina, but I think it could be a interesting game.
Hello, Deacon Bowers. We were just talking about you yesterday at church. I've never met you, sir, but your name came up yesterday. Church. He's a world-famous boxer from around here.
Nice.
Hello, Stacy Barton. How you doing? And Lisa. Hello, Baker. How you doing, lady? Number 5, Ole Miss, and number 9, Georgia. Heck of a football game.
Huge game right here.
Yeah.
This probably will determine your seeding, to be honest with you, towards as we're getting close to the midway point or so of the season, and this one's really going to, I think, dictate and determine where teams are going to start falling. Georgia were to fall to 5-2, huge pressure on them. And then if Ole Miss obviously stays at 7-0, kind of puts them in the driver's seat, but then it also puts pressure on them. So huge game for both of these teams.
The top of the leaderboard: Ole Miss, Texas A&M, and Alabama all 3-0 in the SEC. Georgia's 3-1. So LSU and Tennessee are 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
So all these teams playing this week. Every game's going to be big, but these seem like this week's even bigger. And we'll get
huge week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then you've got number 4. Who you taking, Georgia or Ole Miss, by the way?
I think Ole Miss takes their first one this week. I think Georgia, they're so hard to beat at home.
Are you picking Georgia?
I think Georgia takes them this week.
I think Georgia got them. So
yeah.
Between the hedges, they've not played well. If they come out playing the first half like they do the second half, Georgia's going to be tough to beat anytime, anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
They got to flip the switch on kickoff, not the second half kickoff. So,
yeah.
Number 4, Texas A&M and Arkansas. We keep talking about the Aggies, but there they are. They're in the top of the leaderboard in the SEC with Ole Miss and Alabama. They're playing good football.
They are. Yeah, I think they roll in this one. Arkansas is, they're at that point of a season, 2-4. Things start to kind of fall apart a little bit. Players get a little restless, and then you've got a really solid team coming in. It could be a tough day for Arkansas.
Hello to my buddy Angie Wilhoit watching up in P Flats. How you doing, lady? And they've got what's she telling me? Bristol, Tennessee City Schools on fall break this week, so she gets some downtime. She's watching the show.
Good.
She's not in the classroom. Thank you, lady. Mississippi State of Florida.
Mississippi State surprisingly playing pretty well this year. Florida, this could be the breaking game for Napier.
Yeah.
If they were to get beat, I think he's gone. If they play him close, I think he's still not off the hook. And again, Mississippi State, nothing to lose. Going into Florida, anytime you get a shot to beat Florida, I don't care where it's at, home or at Florida, they're still going to get a team's best because they've dominated the SEC for so long. People want a shot at them.
Ain't nobody crying over the Gators.
No.
They're 1-2 in the league and 2-4 overall.
Yeah.
And Mississippi State, the Bulldogs are 0-2 in the league and 4-2 overall. So
yeah,
Napier needs to win this game.
Yep.
So
I think he does too.
Number 21, Texas in Lexington at Kroger Field to battle the Wildcats.
Yeah.
Could be a long night for Kentucky or not.
It's going to be a long night. Things are unraveling in Lexington. They're off the loss of Georgia. There's just so much speculation, so much talk, and the locker room's not that healthy, it seems. And Texas coming in, they're off a loss, and they're going to have something to prove. I think it's a long day for my Blue.
There appears to be a lot of coaching vacancies coming up in college football. Would Kentucky's football coaching job be considered a good situation, a middle-of-the-pack situation, bottom-tier situation compared to other schools?
$9 million a year. It's got to be somewhere in the middle to top tier. But it's not going to be a top tier even SEC hire. But it's still a good situation. It's a situation where a guy can come in, make incredible money. If he can win 7, some seasons 8 games, a 10 win season, it gets you like 5 years automatic.
Mm-hmm.
But if you come in and you win 7, 8, 9 games and do that pretty consistently, you're set, and there's not many jobs like that in college football, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. Missouri, 16th ranked Missouri will be at Auburn. Auburn stinging after that loss to Georgia. They had them. I listened to that one. They had their foot on their throat. They had them.
They did.
And let them up.
They did. Huge game. Again, another coaching vacancy that's being discussed. Hugh Freeze's name's already being thrown out, and I don't know that that's fair. But I mean, there's fairness is usually not a word they use around the sports world, but wins and losses and how much money you're making is the bottom line. And so, Missouri, I think Missouri's proven they're a good team. They go into Auburn, and again, this is one of those. Auburn has absolutely nothing to lose, except maybe their coach. And so we'll see. I think it's a tight game. I think it's another tight game for Missouri. I do think Auburn's got a pretty good defense, and so if offensively they can match Missouri at all, because Missouri's not going to have it. They're not usually going to show up defensively. Usually not their strong suit. So we'll see. It's kind of a matter of defense versus high octane offense, and so we'll see what happens. See who wins out.
Missouri's 1-1, 5-1 overall. They have scored 250 points, given up 100 in 6 games. You have Auburn, who's 0-3 in the league and 3-3 overall. They've scored 148 points and given up 102. So it's almost.
Don't they seem like a better team than 0-3?
Yes, they do.
They seem like they're right on the verge of being good, and they compete with everybody. It seems. I don't know. It's kind of odd.
I'm with you 100%. I listened to that game and I thought, what was his name? The quarterback.
Oh, with
Arnold?
Auburn?
Not Arnold. Yep.
I'm with you. I'll have to look it up, Tom, because that'll drive me crazy.
His last name was Arnold.
It may be.
I listened to the broadcast the other night. So, anyway, Georgia's defense, Stonewall.
Arnold.
It is Arnold?
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyway, pretty good quarterback. Had a pretty good running attack, but anyway, they got beat. They scored 10 up front and got outscored 20-0 to lose it.
Yeah.
The last one, the obvious one, 11th ranked Tennessee at number 6, Alabama at 7:30 on ABC. Crimson Tide of the Vols in Tuscaloosa.
Whew. I said last week, and it you know how big a Kentucky fan I am, so it pains me to say this. I still think the team that's in the best condition of maybe any SEC school right now is Tennessee. If they were to beat Alabama, now you're looking at top 10 with no more challenging road games. They've got some challenging home games. They've still got Oklahoma to come in, Vanderbilt to come in.
They do go to Florida.
They do go to Florida,
which is an emotional, throughout the record game.
It is, but at that point where it's late in the season, I think Florida could very possibly be a team that's folded by then. I think Tennessee is sitting now. That being said, they lose against Alabama. Now there's a little pressure on them. They have to win probably the Oklahoma game to finish in the top tier of the SEC. That puts a little pressure on them. But again, they beat Alabama, puts them in the top 10. No more challenging road games as far as ranked opponents. I think they're sitting in a Cadillac of a position. That being said, though,
let's talk
Alabama. Still got to beat Alabama
down there
at Alabama, and so do they have what it takes to beat Alabama? Sure, I think they do. I think Alabama's proven their soft spots defensively. I think Aguilar's got the ability to lead that offense to expose those weaknesses at Alabama. I can tell you this: if Alabama's defense doesn't play really a perfect game, Tennessee beats them. They really have to play a perfect game up front and their defensive backs, because you and I both know they're going to throw it all over the field on them. You know, they're going to be wide open like they always are, and so it's going to be a great game. It really is going to be a great game because Alabama's, they prepare well like any of these top tier teams. They'll be prepared, but it's again offensively and defensively. Alabama may not have the offense to score and to match Tennessee's scoring ability. I don't know. There again, that's where defense comes in. So we'll
the key. You say the key to the game is Alabama's defense.
I think it is.
If they can step up, they got a good chance of winning. If Alabama's defense does not do, let's look here. Inside the conference, Alabama's 3-0. They've outscored their opponents 81-59. Tennessee's 2-1 inside the conference. They've outscored their opponents in the SEC 116-109.
Yeah.
Only 7-point differential.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Okay, so he's right. That's a good call. Alabama's defense will just determine that ball game.
Yep.
Because if they can get in there and rattle Aguilar's cage a little bit and stonewall him, then because their offense is going to move the ball.
Offense is going to move. It's going to be a matter, though, is it going to move at Heupel's pace, or is it going to have to be a grinded out on the ground? That goes to Alabama's advantage. If they turn it into that, their defensive backs kind of take the passing game away, turn it into between the tackles. Alabama's definitely at an advantage there. But that's a big if. I mean, your defense has got to show up to do that. So,
and Alabama's offense can go.
They can. They can get on a roll. And so, but there again, Tennessee's defense has been lacking in the numbers prove that. And so
let's take it out one step further. The overall scoring in 6 games, Alabama's outscored their opponent 209-104, so basically double the points.
Mm-hmm.
In 6 games, Tennessee's outscored their opponents 289-176.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some leaking in the Tennessee defense.
Yeah, there is for sure. Yeah.
So I think you're nailed it. The key to the game is Alabama's defense. If they can show up and slow down Aguilar and the balls, then they're going to have a really good, legitimate, real good shot of winning in Tuscaloosa.
Turn it into a running game is definitely Alabama's advantage.
So, how many points do you give a team at home in the SEC on a Saturday night? I mean, what's that good for? And Alabama going to be at home against Tennessee, or Georgia's going to be home against Auburn or Ole Miss. What's that give you to go into a hostile place? I mean, it's got to be an advantage for the home team, doesn't it?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So I don't know if you translate into how many points going into it. It's like, well, it gives us 3 or 4 points or 5 points just because we're at home and crowds, they're nuts and bonkers. And so anyway, that's I don't know if you can
really even more so than the point differential or point addition. It's yardage and time. If your crowd can distract your cadence for the opposing offense and cause some offsides, and have to start playing more field position game, that's even more of an advantage a lot of times than even the points are. It's kind of crazy to say that, but that's true.
So the man is making, what'd you say, $913 a minute. I mean, an hour.
Yeah, an hour.
James Franklin, 104-45 was the head coach in 12 years at Penn State. That was his overall record. Inside the Big Ten, he was 64-36. But he's 0-3 in the Big Ten this year, losing the way he lost to Northwestern Saturday got him.
Yep.
It's the first team since 1978, we're talking about Penn State, to lose back-to-back games when you were at least a 20-point favorite over UCLA, and Northwestern lost both of them. So they got him. So I want to talk about baseball here in a second. We're talking to our buddy Gary Rowe, but I want to My boy Dion, he's not my boy. I'm thinking, how stupid could you be? If he was sitting there, I'd say, with or without his shades on, I'd say, dude, you ain't. That was not a smart thing. He says he loved the fact they stormed the field. Is it a fine? This is a quote. Sanders asked after the game, come on, man, that ain't right. I want to see these kids rush the field. I absolutely love it. Now, the key to this whole story, Saturday they knocked off Iowa State at Folsom Field. Second time now the home field has been a problem for Colorado. If you remember when they played BYU, they started chanting some derogatory remarks towards BYU, which is a Mormon university, and they said some stuff that didn't need to be said. And so they got fined for that back in September, $50,000. Now, they stormed the field. This is what Dion said Saturday. Hats off to my security team. This is a quote. They do a good job getting me off, ushering me into the locker room. So he's off the field. He ain't got to worry about it.
Right.
So he's inside where it's safe and sound. Out there where these kids are going nuts. He said, no, let them do it. He said, I love it. I love to see it. I really do. So Sanders noted the school lowered the goalpost so it didn't get taken home as a souvenir. He said, what are you going to do with the goalpost? Put it in your frat house? So it's like, okay, you're trying to be funny. But then I saw pictures, not just there, but there's the crowd in Boulder. But then I saw pictures of the kids storming the field coming down, and this one kid fell down and got stepped all over. Couldn't get up in time because they kept coming down the steps like ants. And I'm thinking, why would the coach come out and say, man, I love seeing them storm the field. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, anytime plus it's a fine on your university, and it's such a dangerous situation. Not, the home, really for both teams, but the home team, kids kind of circle around them, and they can celebrate and that kind of thing. But the opposing team trying to get off the field, and they're getting heckled. They're 18 to 21-year-old kids, and some guy walks up to him and just gets right in his ear. Some football player is going to start decking these kids.
Oh yeah,
and it probably happens.
Yeah,
we just don't see it.
And of course, you have to throw in the fact that they probably have an adult beverage or 2 or 3 in their system. So
sure, it's there's, I know they want to celebrate and it's. I don't mean to sound like an old codger about it, but it's so dangerous, and I don't know how they'll ever stop it. I don't know that they can stop it, because kids are going to do what they're going to do, and but.
When I'm an old codger, and I think it's crazy, not just because Dion said it. Any coach can come out and say,
I'm not for it either, and you think about, and it happens in basketball, and as dangerous as it is in football. Think about the close proximity there in basketball, storming a court. It's just so dangerous, Somebody's going to really, really get hurt bad in one of these if they haven't already. We just haven't heard about it.
If it was Dion's kid or grandkid out there getting trampled, it'd be a whole different story. He got ushered in the locker room. He's okay, man. I appreciate the security to get me in the locker room.
Sure.
Well, sure. You're out of harm's way.
Yeah.
Like old Rosie O'Donnell said, we shouldn't carry guns. Well, now I'm going off on a rabbit trail, but old Rosie was guarded with armed security. She didn't care.
No.
We shouldn't have guns with people. Well, Rosie, honey, let's take away your security.
Yeah.
That's carrying guns.
Yeah.
So Dion, buddy. Anyway, I made my point. Major League Baseball. I think I made my point. Seattle-Toronto game 2 tonight. Last night after that wild game I watched on Saturday. Seattle and the
15-inninger.
Yeah, and the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah.
Then we roll into last night. They go into Toronto. They fly in on the red eye and set up shop and play a game and win 3-1. Kyle Raleigh went deep. So Savage will go tonight for Toronto, and Logan Gilbert, who pitched on Saturday in that game, he'll go for the Mariners. Then game 1 of the Dodgers in Milwaukee. Jose Quintana will go for the Brewers in Milwaukee tonight against Blake Snell and the Dodgers. That's going to be a heck of a series there.
Yeah, great. Both those are, probably all 4 teams are the hottest teams. Probably the teams that deserve to be in the final, in these AL and NLCSs and the
Final Four.
The Final Four, and it's going to be good. I love baseball, and you're it's almost a throwback style of baseball in both of these series, because you've got great pitching, good power hitters. It kind of takes you back a little bit, and so it's an exciting time of the year. It's the best time of the year. You've got college basketball coming, you've got college football, NFL, baseball, playoffs, so this is the best time of the year for sports. So
Buffalo and Atlanta tonight, and also the Bears in Washington tonight on Monday Night Football doubleheader, plus the baseball game. So I think for my money, I'm going to be. You can watch NFL anytime, but
too.
This is a time sensitive. The playoffs, and once they're done. So NFL goes through December. So I think tonight I'll be sitting and listening to the Dodgers in Milwaukee. What's interesting for me, I'm an old radio guy. I'm an old codger. So I do this. I don't watch it on TV. I go to the house. I find these broadcast teams. I did that Saturday Night Football. I listened to the Georgia guy for a while, and then I listened to the Auburn play-by-play guy for a while. It was interesting. And so tonight I'm going to listen to the Dodgers in Milwaukee and listen to the play-by-play guys and just sit there and let them paint the picture by radio.
Think about that matchup on play-by-play if the
Ben Scully
and
Bob Uecker. Yeah,
that would have been something.
Oh yeah, both of them gone.
Yeah.
But Ben Scully, goodness.
Yeah, none like him.
You can close your eyes and think you're sitting right there.
Yeah,
and that's
you can taste the hot dogs.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You could.
Yeah,
Ben, I'm glad you came. Always appreciate you coming.
Absolutely.
Be here next Monday.
I'll be here.
So Georgia, you got Georgia beating Ole Miss. You got who'd you finally decide between Alabama and Tennessee?
I think Bama because it's at home. Yep. I think Bama gets the advantage, slight advantage for now.
Who's the other ones we talked about? SEC games. Kentucky, Texas.
Texas in that one. Vanderbilt edging out LSU.
Yeah, that's the other one. Vanderbilt, LSU.
Oklahoma over South Carolina.
In Columbia.
A&M over Arkansas.
Yep. Mississippi State, Florida. We talked about Napier in trouble, but who actually wins that one?
I think Florida wins that one.
All right. You picked Texas to beat your Wildcats.
I did.
Missouri and Auburn.
I think Missouri goes in and beats Auburn.
I think if Hugh Freeze loses this one.
Yeah.
And I say this every week. I don't advocate anybody losing their job.
Even though
they're getting paid big bucks, and they are, but still.
Yeah.
These guys are competitors. They don't want to get canned. I mean, it's so.
They don't. And the unfortunate thing about Hugh Freeze is that I think he would disappear from the SEC for good after this. And he's a good coach. And that's the unfortunate thing. I think he could land somewhere. And maybe even a decent school, but I think he'd be done in the SEC. That would be his second tour or so in the SEC, and kind of unsuccessfully, and so I think it would be detrimental to him. But he'll get a hefty buyout, and he and Billy Napier and Penn State's fella and James Franklin, they can eat viney sausages together, and suffer with their $20 a minute.
Gary's been here about 20 minutes, so if he was James Franklin, he'd be making $300.
Yep.
$15 a minute in his buyout. So there you go. So appreciate you, sir. See you next Monday.
Absolutely. I'll be here.
Yep. Gary Rowe, a little SEC football. We'll come back and close it out after this time out from the Fellowship of Christian Athletes and the Tom Daly Sports.
We are not okay with the staggering statistics of our youth. They have become familiar with brokenness, pain, and frustration. But their pain has become our concern, and their hopes, our responsibility. But we want to see the world transformed by Jesus Christ through the influence of coaches and athletes. Our mission is to lead every coach and athlete into a growing relationship with Jesus and His church. But what can you do about it? What if your actions now can help the future them? Together, we can help them become who God has designed them to be. But the time is now, and the action we take today helps them tomorrow.
Talking to our buddy Molly Hurley from Chick-fil-A. It's football time in Tennessee, the late John Ward would say. On a Friday night or a Saturday afternoon or even on Sunday to watch NFL, you can get your trays from Chick-fil-A. Tell us what we can get there.
Yes, you can. You can get nugget and strip trays, fruit, salad, mac and cheese. We've got cookies, brownies. We've got wraps and veggie wraps. And then we also have our sub sandwich trays that have our cold grilled chicken, lettuce, tomato. Those are really good. And if you're getting it for a Sunday for the NFL games, you can also get the nuggets and strips chilled, so that way we'll cool them down for you, give you reheat instructions, and you can pop them in the oven and have them ready for your party.
How do we order? How do we get them?
You can call the store at 423-297-1266, or you can go online or use your Chick-fil-A app to place an order online.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton, 423-297-1266. Our buddy Molly Hurley, marketing lady from Chick-fil-A here in Elizabethton, proud sponsor of the Tom Bailey Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Sports. And back on the Tom Bailey Sports Show, before we get out of here and wrap up the show, tomorrow will be at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Let's run down the high school schedule for this week. Unicoi County, in no particular order, by the way. Unicoi County will play at Claiborne this Friday night. South Green at Concord Christian. Crockett hosting Cherokee on Friday night. Sullivan East will be at Elizabeth. That's our broadcast. 6:50 airtime, 7:30 kickoff on the Cyclone Network. Eddie Pless, yours truly bringing it to you from over my shoulder at Citizens Bank Stadium. It's a blackout on Friday night, Coach said. Thursday night, Hampton will play Hancock County at Happy Valley. Then Happy Valley plays Thursday night against West Green on Warriors Hill. Science Hill travels to Maryville Friday night. Daniel Boone will be at Moorestown West. Clowlin at North Green. Tennessee High will travel to take on the number one team in the state, Sevier County. Greenville will be at Volunteer. And Westridge will host Moorestown East. That's the games for this Friday night. Again, in Northeast Tennessee high school football. So some teams off. It's off week for some. Some are back at it after being off last week. Hello, Patsy Lyons. How you doing, lady? Cyclones will be back at it on Friday night. Weather's going to be perfect for high school football this week. I don't know when it's going to change, and we're not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, but at some point we're going to see a change. But it's not going to be this week. It's going to be in the low 70s on Friday. So Friday night's kickoff, when the sun goes down, will be, probably low to mid-60s. Going to be a beautiful night for football for all your favorite teams. And again, as we said, we're week number 8. Yep, week number 8. Is that right? Yep, week number 8. After that, you got Cyclones got 2 more games, Seymour, and then you go to Greenville. And so you're down to 3 weeks left in the regular season. Some teams won't move on to the playoffs. So my point of this is get out and enjoy it while you can. As Gary said, and he's right, college basketball and high school basketball are right around the corner. So enjoy football for what it is, because in the high school ranks, you're running out of time to go out and enjoy it. And this Friday night will be a perfect night to go watch your favorite team, because the weather is going to be absolutely Chamber of Commerce perfect for Friday night. Hey, a big thanks to our guest, again, Gary Rowe, the SEC football pastor from Fairview Baptist Church. Thank you, Gary, for stopping by. Also, thanks to Coach Sean Whitten, Cyclone football. Summer Johnson from the Carter County Imagination Library. Also, we had on today Wesley Murray from Northeast Community Credit Union. And Leslie ran into a little hitch. She'll be here with us next week at Sycamore Shoals State Park Gift Shop. And so we appreciate her wanting to get here, but they were covered up with people, and that's great. Couldn't get here because they had a lot of folks there. And so that would be a good thing to have, good problem to have. So, T. Duggar Cyclone football. Yeah, I do want that. That's good. The all-tournament, all-conference, JB, Ryder Witten, Cooper Fair, Tyson Price, Elijah Odom, Will Lewis, Cason Wayne Scott, Jax Richardson Holt, and Brady Cannon. For the T. Duggar varsity, all-conference, Creed Baker, Carson Lyons, Drake Litton, Tristan Cordell, Nolan Bowles, Tyson Elliott, Axel Matherly, Tristan Cole, and Brett Jones. So there's your all-conference at T. Duggar. Thanks, Baker, for sending that. So here's the verse of the day to wrap it up here. Psalms 33, verses 20, 21, and 22. We wait and hope for the Lord. We do. We should. He is our help and our shield. In him, verse 21, in him our hearts rejoice, for we trust in his holy name. Verse 22 says, may your unfailing love rest upon us, O Lord, even as we put our hope in you. Whew. May your unfailing love rest upon us, O Lord, even as we put our hope in you. Good way to end it. Psalms 33, verses 20, 21, and 22. Out of time, we sincerely thank you for yours. Back at it tomorrow. We'll be at Phil's Dream Pit. Wednesday, we'll be at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Thursday, we'll be at Poor Trav's Deli here in Elizabethton. And Friday, we'll be right down the street from both of those places. Or from right down the street from Poor Trav's and this place. Chick-fil-A will be at Food City on a Food City Friday. So we're looking forward to being there as well. But today, we're wrapping things up here at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton. And there's my man. Really no sense bringing him on. It's a cookie cutter forecast. It's going to be warm days and cool nights. It's autumn here in the hills of East Tennessee, and I love it. Trees have not really started turning yet here on the lower levels. They all have in the upper levels, but not really so far. And I think they're telling us this weekend is going to be the peak weekend with these 40-degree temperatures at night up in the mountains. This will be the peak weekend to go see the leaves. So you would want to do that because at some point the storms will come, the winds will come, and blow the leaves off the trees, and then you're going to be sitting there looking at bare trees not too far from now. All right, thanks for watching the show. Again, Monday Night Football, Buffalo and Atlanta, and Chicago and Washington. Major League Baseball's Toronto and Seattle, and the Dodgers and Milwaukee. So lots to, if you're a sports guy, lots or lady to watch tonight. And so those are the things you can check out. Back with you tomorrow from Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue. We'll start talking about those smoked hams and smoked turkeys for the holidays. They're absolutely out of this world. If you've never had a hickory smoke, they smoke them right on the spot. And every time I give one to somebody, they take them and in fact, I've never heard anybody say they take it somewhere and the people where they take it, they end up using theirs and putting the one they had on the table in the refrigerator. I saw it happen to me twice, once at Thanksgiving, once at Christmas. So, because I took in a Phil's Dream Pit smoked ham or smoked turkey, which is out of this world. All right, see you back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching the show. Have a great rest of your Monday. And do as we always say, Mama said, bloom where you're planted. And win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for watching show number 2,375 today. From Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton, back tomorrow from Phil's Dream Pit, Eastern Star exit of Interstate 20.